Alright, so behind me is a very exciting car. It's the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. And while this did debut kind of a while ago, we get a lot more information about it now, and the numbers, they are good. So the big one that impresses is 641 horsepower. That is achieved with an overboost function, which only lasts for about 10 seconds. The rest of the time, you only have 601 horsepower to get around, but I guess that's okay. With the overboost function, that's good for 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.4 seconds, which is way faster than the Lucid Gravity that Andrew likes. But more than that, it's not just the horsepower. I'm impressed with the amount of chassis and handling tweaks that have been made to make this vehicle more than just a straight line dragster. First of all, you get 42 additional welds and you get 2.1 meters of additional seam adhesive on the body. That makes the entire structure more rigid. The steering rack is more rigid, the brakes are bigger, the subframes are more rigid. Everything has been tweaked for more rigidity and more focus on handling. And more than just the hardware, there's a bunch of electric tweaks that make this extra fun to drive as well. For example, you get a simulated clutch kick, which initiates a drift. Like when you kick the clutch to get the rear wheel spinning, it does that automatically. It does that electronically. That's such a cool feature. I never even heard of that being done on an EV. I'm glad they're solving our most important problems first, but I really want to try it on a track. Of course, you also have the full suite of your usual electronic performance programs like launch control, drift assist, stuff like that we've seen in performance cars before, but the electronic clutch kick, well, that was a new one. The other electronic mode that I thought was really interesting is that it gives you sprint and endurance track modes, which you can toggle if you're doing a shorter or a longer track day. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 is an EV that we already really like. It's a really competent EV and it's fun to drive. And I can't wait to get behind the wheel of this Ioniq 5N, which is more than just an EV dragster that so many companies focus on. I think it's actually going to be a treat on a track. From the floor of the LA Auto Show for Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams.